What if everyone on Earth screamed at the same time? It's a question that might keep you up at night. Would the planet shake? Would our ears explode? Could it even cause some sort of global catastrophe? The answer, my friends, lies in the understanding sound. You see, sound is more than just noise. It's a fascinating phenomenon. Sound is a vibration that travels through the air as waves. These waves move through different mediums like air, water, and even solid objects. When we scream, our vocal cords vibrate, sending out these waves. The intensity of scream determines how powerful these waves are. More energy behind the scream, the louder it is. This energy is what makes a scream piercing or just a loud shot. Now imagine billions of people all adding their energy into one. The collective sound would be immense. It would certainly be loud, but not as earth-shattering as you might think. The sound would be deafening but not destructive, even with billions of people. The sound wouldn't be enough to cause earthquakes or other major physical damage. The earth is resilient and can absorb a lot of energy. To understand why, we need to delve a bit deeper into the science of sound. The energy from sound waves dissipates quickly, and the Earth's atmosphere acts as a buffer, dispersing the energy over a wide area. Sound is often measured in decibel, a unit that quantifies the intensity of sound. It's a logarithmic scale, meaning each increase of 10 decibels represents a tenfold increase in intensity. A whisper is about 30 decibels, which is quite soft and gentle, almost like a secret being shared. A normal conversation, on the other hand, is around 60 decibels. This is the level of sound we are most accustomed to in our daily lives, whether chatting with friends or colleagues. Now my friend Dr. Wolf, we're gonna tell you rest of the story.
And then there's the jet engine at takeoff, which reaches a deafening 140 decibels. This level of sound is not just loud, but can actually cause physical pain and hearing damage. Painful, right? Now, let's do some back-of-the-envelope calculations to understand the concept of a global scream. Imagine if 8 billion people could scream at, say, 100 decibels each. That's a lot of noise, but how would it actually add up? The combined sound wouldn't be 8 billion times louder. Sound doesn't add up in a linear fashion like that. Instead, it spreads out in waves, dispersing its energy over a larger area. Think of it like ripples in a pond. When you drop a stone in water, the ripples spread out and gradually lose their strength. The further the ripples travel, the weaker they get. This is due to the energy being spread over a larger area. The same principle applies to sound waves. As they travel, they lose energy and become fainter. By the time a scream from someone on the other side of the world reached your ears, it would be so faint as to be practically inaudible. The sound would have dissipated, blending into the ambient noise around you. So no shattered windows or cracked earth, but what about the environment? A sudden global increase in noise pollution would undoubtedly have some impact. Animals that rely on sound for communication and navigation could be disoriented. Birds, whales, and even insects use sound for a variety of purposes. A cacophony of human screams could disrupt their natural behaviors, potentially leading to confusion and even harm. Humans wouldn't be immune to the effects either. Prolonged exposure to loud noise can cause stress, hearing loss, and other health problems. Imagine a whole planet experiencing a momentary spike in noise pollution. Section 4. Could it really happen? The logistics of getting every single person on Earth to scream at the same time are, to put it mildly, daunting. Imagine trying to synchronize billions of people, each with their own schedules, routines, and lives. We're talking about coordinating across time zones, languages, and even the waking hours of babies. The sheer complexity of such an endeavor is mind-boggling. Realistically, the chances of such an event happening naturally are practically zero. The world is too diverse and too vast for such a unified action to occur spontaneously. It would require a level of global coordination that simply isn't possible without some kind of extraordinary event. Perhaps a global alert or a coordinated effort by world leaders, but even then, the logistics would be nightmarish. Even if we could somehow pull it off, the scientific reality is that the scream wouldn't be the catastrophic event some might imagine. Loud, yes. Disruptive, certainly. It might cause temporary chaos, but it wouldn't lead to any lasting damage. But a planet-destroying cataclysm? Not quite. The Earth has endured far worse and will continue to do so. The idea, while fascinating, remains firmly in the realm of science fiction. Section 5. The real-world implications of a universal scream. While a global scream is unlikely, thinking about it does raise some interesting questions about our relationship with sound and the environment. We live in a world that's becoming increasingly noisy, and that noise has consequences. From traffic to construction to the constant hum of technology, we're surrounded by a symphony of human-made sounds. These sounds can be stressful, disruptive, and even harmful to our health and the health of the planet. Section 6. What we learned from our little thought experiment. So while the idea of everyone on Earth screaming at once might seem like a recipe for disaster, The reality is a bit more nuanced. It's a fun thought experiment that reminds us of the power of sound and the importance of being mindful of our impact on the world around us. After all, we only get one planet. Let's try not to scream it into oblivion, okay?